Okay, we live. Let's go. Had effects season. Okay, yo, I'm gonna figure all this shit out eventually, guys. But it is what it is. Let's just dive into this. Today we're gonna talk about the 99-cent store. There's some artists that are saying they didn't get paid allegedly. We're just gonna see what's up with all that. I want to talk about the show. We'll dive into some artists that were part of the show, artists that put on the show. It was a thing by Barry McGee. So Barry McGee's this really famous artist, one of my favorite artists actually, favorite graffiti artist growing up. Also goes by Twist. Super dope. One of the best hand styles in the game. Really changed the whole entire landscape of a lot of things. But, you know, I always loved his stuff because it was so clean. It was amazing, you know. The way he just had like he got famous off his tags almost, and then he was one of the first artists to really do character work, in my opinion, that I saw. At least one of the first people I saw doing character work. So he did a screw, and it was like this cartoonish screw that he did and painted all over, I believe, San Francisco. But we'll dive right into that right now, guys. Let's get it. So we're gonna watch this thing about the 99-cent store, and then we could dive a little bit deeper into like everything else after that. But let's just watch this video real quick. So this is the 99 cents group show. I'm going to be pausing in between. So organized by Barry McGee in collaboration with Jeffrey Deitch and The Hole. We'll dive into what those are in a bit. I'm going to start a new, just going to research some stuff on the side while we get this started. So Jeffrey Deitch. Let's look a little bit of history on Jeffrey Deitch real quick. So this is Jeffrey Deitch, it seems. Give me 1 second. So this is Jeffrey Deitch. Is an American art dealer and curator. He's best known for his Gallery Deitch projects and curating groundbreaking exhibitions such as Lives and Posthuman, the latter of which have been credited with introducing the concept of posthumanism to popular culture. No clue what that means, but we'll dive into that. Jeffrey Deitch. Interesting looking guy. Interesting looking fella. Right there. Jeffrey Deitch. But yeah, let's watch this video and see if it gives us some information. So this was the 99-cent store. I actually did an installation on the street here before the art store, before the art show. I guess this is a video of them prepping it, getting ready for it. So yeah, let's just jump ahead maybe. So we can see here that, you know, I guess someone's taking an iPhone video. This seems to be like before the event. I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. Oh yeah, okay. So I think this is them like setting it up. This isn't anything, I don't think anyone's actually inside yet. Or is this the show? This might be actually the show, like live. So it was a little bit of footage of them setting it up and then opening the doors. Let's see what else is here. So this is Katsu. Try Me. I guess it's like a Donald Trump, you know, body or whatever that you could, like a punching bag type thing. Katsu's actually really dope. I'll do a deep dive on him too for sure. More Katsu pieces right there. So I don't know if this seems to be like before, like while they're setting it up. I don't know if this is, because it was popping. There was like, and it was at nighttime too. So this might be the next day. This might just be like, kind of like covering the show, like later. Yeah, this show is really dope. I'm gonna Sense Store. Yeah, this is definitely more footage from the actual night of, for sure. So that's actually a piece by Barry McGee. He's super dope. Let's see if I can rewind to that part there. Yeah, essentially they filled this whole entire abandoned 99-cent store and made it into an art gallery. It was a really cool concept. I love it. It's amazing. But I guess there's some controversy, you know, now with it. Let's do a little bit of research. Artists allege. Okay, cool. So this is an article on LA Taco. Remember the 99 cents only art show? Artists allege they got ripped off. Damn. A number of local artists involved in a heavily attended viral art show and former 99-cent store tell LA Taco they're still yet to be paid for the work that was sold. Interesting. So Izora, a recent college graduate whose younger self would dress as an artist for career day and who's today aspires to teach printmaking at a community college, believed that showing her work at the week-long show alongside bigger names was a dream come true. Over 150 days since the short-lived exhibit concluded, she sits disappointed, betrayed, and $1,200 and so short of sold artwork. Interesting. So Izora with her piece. So this is her piece, Under the Sky, I guess. This was displayed at the 99-cent store. A cyanotype screen-printed accordion book. So I guess this folds up kind of thing, and then you open it up like an accordion. Really kind of cool concept, you know. I'd have to know more about the art and what it's about. Under the Same Sky. I guess it's like pictures of a bird or something. Deeply researched and vulnerable pieces got lost in this temporary Los Angeles exhibit that featured over 100 artists, whether sold to a collector, stolen, or abandoned. Various artists whose featured work in the show are left with questions about where it now resides. I mean, it was very like DIY. It seemed like one of those shows where things were going to get vandalized, things were going to get stolen. Like when I went, I was like, oh, this is pretty wild. It seemed like a very like graffiti-esque, you know, based vandalism show, you know, with an elevated edge to it. Deeply researched and vulnerable pieces got lost in this temporary, So, questions about where it now resides, unanswered emails. So I guess the show's curators are emailing someone. It's not really clear here. While they're still yet to see a cent from their sold pieces, they say. So the curators. Oh, so the show's curators aren't answering emails. Okay, interesting. Members only content, paywall. Fucking hate paywall shit. It is what it is. Let's figure out what this is. It's so funny. Like, let's just, you know, anyways, let's go to 99 cents art show controversy. Well, I guess there's some more stuff, you know, but let's, yeah, it seems like it got on the news for various reasons. Let's watch this.
Thousands of people showed up for a
Thousands of people.
art show inside a closed 99 cents only store. But by the end of the night, the surrounding businesses, look, they were vandalized with massive amounts of graffiti. And now
I mean, you know, it was already an eyesore to begin with. You know, the 99-cent store. There was a bunch of like people smoking drugs outside, smoking crack, meth, fentanyl, probably living in tents right outside of it.
neighbors.
And, you know, I guess, you know, after the show, there was all this stuff. And then, yeah, it's like, it's a graffiti show, right? Like there's a lot of graffiti history, vandalism.
Are demanding answers. Let's go live to Fox 11's Ed Lascos and the.
I mean, I mean, it's a parking lot, right? The parking lot itself is an eyesore, in my opinion. So this kind of gives a little bit of life to the parking lot, I think. Looks kind of cool if you ask me. I think this place was abandoned too, Johnny's. Like this place was also abandoned, and it's right across the street from this. I think it's like a shoe museum. Let's watch and see what they say.
Are demanding answers. Let's go live to Fox 11's Ed Lascos in the Beverly Grove neighborhood
The neighbors.
with more.
Interesting.
And Marley, you're right. Lots of concern here because of all of that graffiti. Joe, why don't you take us real quick into the story here? Crowded
I love how the news sensationalize everything, like lots of concern over this graffiti. Graffiti's so bad, guys.
sidewalk, and everybody walking by what has been the focus of all this graffiti. We're talking about the 99 cents only store, vacant for a long time.
I mean, I love this.
Now for a pop.
I love this piece on the side here. It was by a Maze. I also believe he's a San Francisco. At least that's where I saw a lot of his stuff growing up.
Art show showcasing a lot of
Did like a big mural here, a maze. But I think that was part of, like, maybe part of the show, the 99 cent store show.
street art. They had the big event, the sort of the grand opening of it last weekend. That brought in big crowds, thousands coming out, and they left behind their own type of art, talking about graffiti through this neighborhood. Neighbors have concerns. Listen. The writing is on the walls almost everywhere you look here at Fairfax in Wilshire.
So everything was tagged, and I would not even say tagged, it was bombed.
It was bombed. I mean, at least they got the lingo down, you know? This is pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie.
And it's scary too, because
It was bombed. It was bombed.
it's not only like it attracts so much other people that come to attack and to do vandalism.
Picture this.
To do the vandalism, I think the vandalism is really bad, you know? We should stop all the vandalism in the city. It is, you know, eyesore. It is dangerous, the vandalism.
Her neighborhood bombed, as she says.
Bombed!
Taggers and
Yo. Oh, you can't even make this up. This is pure comedy. I'm not gonna lie. This is fucking sick.
their graffiti. All this the aftermath of a pop-up art show here at the closed 99 cents only store. It's showcasing street art, and it's been bringing in big crowds.
I mean, I love how they don't bring, like, they don't focus on the important thing, which is like the amazing art that was displayed at the 99 cent store. Like that, like it was such a sick event. Like, I don't know, it was an amazing art show. One of my favorites, honestly, in LA. Like, this is going to go down in history. So I wish they focus more on the actual positives of what it is. And then they just want to make it all about like, oh, graffiti's bad. And they get some random woman who's like, oh, they bombed it. Like, what? Where do they get these people? I wonder if they're paid actors, honestly.
Thousands last weekend who leave behind their own type of art.
That has nothing to do with art. This is, as we know, it is just like leaving your sign and marking your territory.
I mean, okay, it has nothing to do with art. It's about leaving your sign and marking your territory. Like, what is, like, is that not art? Like, I'm so confused. Like that's one thing. People get confused. Like, I appreciate, like, you could not like certain art forms. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff I like, I don't like, whatever. This is all my opinion, right? So, art is all opinions. But Rebecca Mueller, neighbor, right? So she's a neighbor. I don't know where, because it seems like that area is all buildings, like abandoned buildings, but who knows? Maybe she's a concerned neighbor. We'll see.
And we were very, very unhappy about that.
Especially since all this graffiti is right across the street from two of LA's biggest attractions.
So it's across the street from two of LA's biggest attractions. What is it across the street? Please tell me.
The Oscar Academy Museum and the Peterson Automotive Museum.
All we wanted
okay. So some rich people getting mad. Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
to do in this area is to have a nice get-together. It's an expensive area too, an upcoming area.
And it is
An upcoming area. Beverly. Okay.
area where many will tell you they are concerned, downright scared, with another big art event coming up this
Downright scared.
weekend.
We are a little bit scared actually what's coming up. So we are like bracing ourselves for another 2,000 people, and we hope that we don't get up and to a completely tagged and vandalized.
I mean, they're talking about this as if there was like riots and cars were getting burned. Like, we are very scared about this, you know, it is crazy, you know, all these tags like everywhere, you know, it's so crazy. Like, this is vandalism, you know, destroying the city.
This neighborhood.
And now you're looking live. That's their concern. I can tell you're just talking to one of the organizers of this pop-up art show here.
Pop-up art show, I guess, okay.
More security here this Sunday night. This Sunday night is what that neighbor was talking about, their concerns. It's the closing party here at the pop-up store. So we're going to...
I mean, it was pretty dope. Honestly, it is what it is. Let's look at some of the comments on this post. I found the post by LA Taco. So it says, yeah, I saw this one coming. So a number of local artists involved in a heavily attended viral art show form a 99-cent store. They still so a lot of artists haven't gotten paid apparently, I guess, from this. Pretty interesting. That's a shitty thing, especially if they had agreements with these galleries. I'd like to honestly like dive in a little bit into. So who was this? It was. I think it was in that first video that we were on right there. This one. So at the beginning, I think it said who it was. Let's just look at this again one more time. So Jeffrey Deitch in the Hole. So let's figure out who this is again real quick. Okay, Jeffrey Deitch. Let's see if he has any YouTube videos. I'd like to see some YouTube videos actually in the history. Like, why was this guy involved? I don't understand, but maybe we'll find out. So these are like, this is a crossover, I guess you could say. It's so this is his house. Let's look at his house actually first. So I guess like they did a crossover with, you know, street art and then, you know, blue chip gallery. Blue chip being like really high-end gallery kind of crossover. It seems like a blue chip. We'll figure it out.
When I moved from New York City to Los Angeles, I wanted a Spanish Revival house like this, a movie star house. And in fact, Cary Grant lived in this
I mean, I like his glasses. They're pretty cool.
house in the 1930s. In this neighborhood, Los Feliz, you had a number of people who had important positions downtown.
Party room.
And it's in a transitional state.
I mean, dude,
I commissioned Richard Woods to transform this room.
Does this mean he has parties?
A super Tudor pop environment.
I want to go to one of these parties.
And that's going to be coming soon. This is a wonderful work, Golden Showers, by my good friends.
Golden Showers?
Tim Noble and Sue Webster. We're here in the living room of the house. Okay. I started bringing in some of my art collection. The furniture is going to have to wait, but I like the open rooms with.
I mean, he definitely has good taste. I like the
you
know, from what I've seen so far.
I'm not sure if you can see this here, but this is Andy Warhol's.
I feel like we're not watching this in the best quality. Damn, 480p? Like, what the fuck?
Original drawing for his famous before and after. Well,
Andy Warhol.
You should have
originals.
a painting of Jesus over your bed, right?
I mean, that's your bed, dude? Come on. Like, you got great taste in art, but I think you could upgrade that bed a little bit, you know?
And so, this is a painting by Aaron Young.
It's a small-ass bed.
What I'm going to ask you to do.
Dude, I guess that's... The magic does not happen in that bed. I can tell you that, because what the fuck is that bed?
Is to stare at the
This must be like the guest room or something.
3 vertical black dots in the center. Let the image imprint in your eyes. Then close your eyes, and on your eye, drive right down. Celebrity who
okay, enough of this. I mean, okay, what's he saying here?
Like Jeff Koons, Richard Prince,
oh, that's kind of interesting.
For better or worse, an art form. So that's part of the heritage of Andy Warhol. So there's nothing like Los Angeles on Earth, where you have...
I agree with that. There's nothing like Los Angeles on Earth. I also think the art scene here is really popping off recently, and it's going to start getting a lot better soon. This is 15 years ago, by the way, this interview. Damn. So, I guess maybe now there's like a resurgence.
Nature experience, the urban experience, and this whole fantasy of Hollywood, all combined. Celebrity has become for better or worse, an art form. So that's part of the heritage of Andy.
I mean, that's cool that he sees it that way. I like that. That's really cool, honestly. I really like that. Celebrity is an art form. I agree. It's an art form to create a character out of yourself and make it massive, you know?
Andy Warhol, that an artist can use themselves as a medium to become a celebrity as a walking work of art. So,
I mean, what he said there is actually genius and very important. Andy Warhol using himself. Let's listen to that
celebrity
again.
as a walking work of art.
As a walking work of art.
So we have this fascinating combination
Amazing.
now of artists like Jeff Koons, Richard Prince, who've become self-styled celebrities, walking works of art in the tradition of Andy Warhol and Gilbert and George. And we have celebrities who are from the celebrity side who are so strange and fascinating that they almost are like works of art.
Okay, so there's artists who become celebrities and then celebrities who are interesting. I don't know what that last part meant.
They almost are like works of art.
Oh, they're like works of art. Okay, cool. Like I mean, like they're so fascinating that they become works of art. His perspective's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like I actually agree with a lot of the things that he's
The
saying.
Contemporary Art Museum is potentially the most interesting platform in culture today.
It's interesting because a lot, like I don't know, like I feel like a lot of the people that are really high up in the gallery world don't have this perspective, but I might be wrong. I don't know because this is the first time I'm really listening to this guy speak. Yeah, maybe we should party together.
As art is a platform that now includes all media. So film, fashion, literature, street culture, that is all a central part of art right now.
Love that.
So I think the potential is amazing to create a new model for the museum in the early 21st century. And Los Angeles is the place to do it.
Wow, so this was 15 years ago. I guess since then he's really like I guess let's see if we could find a newer video. This is 3 years ago. When will there be another golden age in art? So I guess since then there has been a golden age, maybe there was. And now like everyone's talking about art's falling off. I think it's the best time ever to be an artist, honestly. But let's listen to what he says here.
But for me, big question, is this a golden age or a corporate age? So that for me is the big challenge.
Is this the age of gold or the golden age?
I mean, he's a smart. Let's just rewind that real quick. He's a smart guy. This is 3 years ago, and he's wearing the same glasses that he was 15 years ago. So he's also trying to, really solidify himself as like a celebrity of sorts, maybe in the art collector world. But he's smart. Like that's really what you have to do. Like if you want to be an artist in this day and age, you have to separate yourself from the pack. Like now it's like, oh, who's Jeffrey Deitch? If anyone was to ask me that, I'd be like, oh, it's the dude that wears those circle glasses, like sick, and wears a suit. That's his vibe.
Is the big challenge.
Is this the age of gold?
It's like wrestling. It's like WWF. You got to remember these people like characters. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin or Mankind or The Rock. Like you could remember their outfit, what they wore, like all the time. There's a lot of repetition. There's a lot of consistency there, and I feel like mad props to this guy. He really gets it.
Or the golden age?
I mean, this seems a little dry, but
Annual
we'll dive into
Fairfax event at Christie's LA. Thank you. It's kind of, for a while I've been saying
So this is Christie's LA. I don't know who this guy is, but I guess we'll find out.
that the 80s was a great golden age for art making, and I started to write about that, and it caused a little bit of a kerfuffle, I think is the word that like maybe I'm just a grumpy old guy, that the last good music was like Glenn Miller or something like that.
Oh, so they're searching. They want there to be a resurgence in LA. Like I really I really love the energy of both these guys. Honestly, like so far, there hasn't been anything that they say that I disagree with fundamentally. So
That, and we got a lot of reactions about that, and I thought, in fact, that would be an interesting topic. So when we were talking to Jeffrey, it's like he had a lot of historical knowledge because he's probably the most knowledgeable connoisseur about the last 100, 120 years of art you will ever meet.
wow, did you hear that? That's big. Okay.
So he's as much interested in what's going on today as 50 years ago as 100 years ago. And it's like, so we came of age in New York in a similar time that we are maybe nostalgic for. And it's like,
You know what I love though? It seems like they came up in New York, but now they're based in LA. Like I love this energy. Like I don't know. This is what drew me to LA as well. Like I really think that, like I don't know. I just think there's going to be a massive boom out of this city that's really going to revolutionize art in our era. You know, this new era of art. The 99-cent store was a very good look into that. You know, there's certain artists I think that are a part of that show, or, you know, just like Barry McGee and a few other artists that are gonna, you know, but there's also a lot of new artists too that we'll explore on, you know, the factory, you know. By the way, make sure to follow my Twitch. Make sure to hit sub on YouTube, Matt Adam Factory, Matt Adam, and yeah, let's dive deeper into this.
so what's a golden age? So we got to talking, and so the first question is, what might a golden age of art be, at least for you or for me?
Well, Josh, so we're fortunate to have both grown up together in what we perceive as a golden age of art in New York City. And so what are the ingredients of a golden age? Well, first, you have to have great artists, but it's not just artists. So the real golden ages are convergence periods when you have links with great musicians, writers, filmmakers, fashion designers, and that's what we experienced in the early 80s in New York City.
So the early 80s. Okay. What era was the early 80s? Like who was popping in the early 80s? Just bring up ChatGPT. Do that later. So Basquiat, Keith Haring, and Warhol. So this is that era of. Okay, this is that era. This is that era that he's talking about. Like, is there going to be a resurgence? Who are going to be those artists? I think we're going to bring a lot of those artists on the stream. I think that we're going to be at the forefront of art journalism and just discovering who these people are, honestly. I have a lot of friends, a lot of characters we're going to bring on this stream. It's going to be fucking sick. Honestly, that's mainly the reason why I started this. Just so that we could really bring attention to the art world and see what's really going on, you know? Because it's hard for a lot of people. They don't know what's going on in art. But this is cool, though. Okay.
So it was, in addition to artists we all know, it was when hip-hop came of age, and great writers like Kathy Acker, who connected with the artists, but it was it was a social community, and many people knew each other. I wouldn't say everyone knew each other, but that's what we say, everyone knew each other.
But the art market and the art world and the fashion world and music world were all sort of combined in lower Manhattan because you could afford to live.
Interesting. So I think there's a big crossover with culture as well too here. They're talking a lot about music and art and what else did they say? Let's rewind that.
World and music world.
Many people knew each other. I wouldn't say everyone knew each other, but that's what we say. Everyone knew each other.
But the art market and the art world and the fashion world and music world were all sort of combined in lower Manhattan.
Art, fashion, music, is what they're saying was.
Because you could afford to live there. So I see like Kim Gordon's doing.
So you could afford to live there. I think that's what's happening in LA though too. Everyone's moving to Arts District or other areas downtown LA. Because there's areas that you could afford, and a lot of artists are, you could get bigger studios for cheaper prices, and you could, now if you want to get a big studio in New York, it's going to cost you $10,000 a month. So it's not really feasible for artists who have a lot of pain. Pain is a big thing in art. You need pain for art to really. I think at least there has to be this element of rawness for you to feel something when you're looking at this artwork.
Doing something. Gagosian, she was like a board member of mine at White Columns at the time, and we were doing records, but she was doing shows. And then it was a time where Europe was new to us too. It's like I would go to Europe and like, who's this Richter guy? I've never seen that. And polka? Shit, what's that? At the same time, there's this guy in the basement, and in Nina Knows Eyes, Jean-Michel Basquiat. And then you go to Artist Space, and the receptionist is Cindy Sherman.
Interesting. They're talking about a lot of big artists, guys. So like Basquiat, Cindy Sherman, these are massive. Like these are people who have sold artworks for millions of dollars. So.
And then there's writers and all this. So are we in that? We'll come to this a little bit. Let's go back historically. When would you think of some other golden ages?
Oh, well, we
Right now, the art scene in LA, like what's actually selling, in my opinion, I don't know. We're gonna do some deep dives on it, but it seems a little polished. Like I still haven't seen those characters explode yet. I think it's about to explode, and yes, some people have gone in like viral and clout and this and that, but like, are the right people selling for millions of dollars yet? Yeah, there's a certain few artists that are, but yeah, I think LA is going to have a very big boom.
We can go back to ancient Greece in the 5th century. That's really where we start talking about the golden age. But I'm sure it goes even further back, 2000 BC with Ramses II in Egypt. And so, well, the model is Greece in that golden age, where you had philosophers, writers, playwrights.
So he's talking about, that's interesting. I feel like, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is really interesting what he's saying.
Sculptors. We don't really know so much about the music that happened then, but that was a golden age. And so these occur in periods when the economy, when the political situation, the convergence of flows of people from different countries, that's when they occur.
Is he trying to say when there's a lot of unrest, or when there's a lot of, like, because he's saying that like the political sphere
the
or
political situation was a golden age. And so
they're essentially trying to define what a golden age is right now. I think there's going to be a golden age in Los Angeles for sure, but like that's what we're trying to figure out with this. Like, what is this golden age?
these occur in periods when the economy
So when money's
flows
uncertain.
people from different countries to Paris in the 1860s. Okay, so I last year did an exhibition of channeling Manet's Luncheon on the Grass, and amazing that Manet, every afternoon at 5:30, he would retreat to the cafe, to Café Gerbois, or Nouvelle Athènes
Okay.
was his major collector, and Joseph Farr, and then there was also Bizet who was involved.
I mean, we'll do a super deep dive into this later, but let's just skip along a little bit.
At all moments of time. So it's not a statement against any individual artist. It's a statement about, as Jeffrey says, this collective spirit that's beyond any individual, that altogether go even higher.
Now, so for me, the big
And that's important when you said the collective. Like, I think it's important during these eras. Like, you don't think of just one artist. There's like 5, 10, 20 artists that blow up out of these eras. I think a similar thing is going to happen in Los Angeles too. So I think they're on to something. But this was also 3 years ago. Are we in a golden age? I don't know. Right? Like, do you know artists who have blown up out of LA? You know, I don't know. And it's hard to say, but I think it's one of those things where I'm very hopeful that, you know, yeah, maybe these collectors aren't buying $1 million pieces, but I think it gives way for a surgence of up and coming artists. And by up and coming, I don't mean like just randoms. I mean like the biggest, like artists who will be the biggest artists in the world in 10, 15, 20 years. I think there's a big surgence of that's going to come out of LA. So,
question today, we're going to get to Los Angeles right now. Are we in a golden age here? But for me, big question, is this a golden age or a corporate age? So that for me is the big challenge.
Is this the age of gold? It's different, definitely the age of gold. Sorry.
This creative energy, but a little different.
Well, New York is no golden age for art making because the artists are no longer able to be there.
So that's an interesting point. The artists are no longer able to be there. So you have a bunch of like artists comes like, if you just have like rich kids making art I'm not saying like there's no rich kids who are good at making art, but if you just have, you know, there's no pain and it doesn't come from somewhere. That's why I like this concept of the 99-cent store. It's a lot of like they're giving power to the you know, the street artists, the vandals, all this other stuff, in a setting that's a little bit more blue chip. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
There's no bar. There is no Cedar Tavern, and the art schools have become very institutional.
So I guess that's what happens. It becomes institutionalized when it becomes too expensive to live, too expensive to be there. Whereas LA, there's still pockets of places where, you know, you could definitely get by.
So I would say New York might be the financial capital. It might be in some ways a creative capital, but it's not the art capital of America anymore. If any place is, it's probably here.
Wow.
So,
very interesting what they just said. If any place is the art capital of the world, it's here. This is 3 years ago, mind you, but I think it's only that sentiment has gotten stronger.
Of what makes a golden age. So one is they happen in cities that are international. Okay, so Paris was the capital of the 19th century. So the Impressionists were mainly French, but when you get into the 1910s, 20s in Montparnasse, very international city. So Chagall from Bitesque, Picasso from Malaga.
Interesting. So he's saying like for 100 years, Paris was the spot, right? And like that, like if that determines a golden age, then I guess there's like, it's not just going to be a year, it's going to be 100 years. But I think now with social media and everything, like that time period is going to be shrunken. So it's probably going to be like a 5-10 year period where it just explodes, right?
In Barcelona, it was an international group. And that was the case in New York City in the 1980s. The best German artists were there, and you know, name your country. South America, less Asian artists than there might have been, but it was an international situation. In Los Angeles today, also, it's a multi-ethnic city, multicultural city, really like no other. So having this open vocabulary and people coming from different places, that's essential.
Okay, that's cool. Let's I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of like I get it, you know, you sold some artwork and you know, it's important for artists to get paid, but I wonder what the deal was. Like, did they have, you know, I want to see the Instagram, Jeffrey Deitch. So it says New York, Los Angeles. So he's in both cities. Let's see what his latest thing is. Ryan McGinley's Night Shift. Da da da. Seems like he's back in New York now. Poem to New York City. Yeah, so New York City. That's cool. But then there's Los Angeles as well. I like that. Ozzie Juarez. I actually met this dude. Really cool guy. Oh, I love this guy's art actually. Super sick. So sick. So this is acrylic on canvas that he did. So this isn't airbrushed. It doesn't seem. I don't think so, at least. Super fire. Love this guy's work. Super. See, like this is the type of shit that's gonna pop off out of Los Angeles, 100%. Like, look at this, like, unbelievable work. Like Ozzie Juarez. So this one's called First Light Guardians. I love the framing. Like, that's the thing about art, you know, you just gotta, you know, another thing that I love too about Ozzie. What's happening with my internet right now? Another thing that I love about Ozzie is it's very cohesive. When you look at his pieces, oh, okay, cool, that's an Ozzie piece. At least with his newer stuff, you know, I guess this is like, you know, we could do a deep dive into these artists. You know, I'm going to make a list and do deep dives into artists. But right now we just stumbled upon this through the Jeffrey Deitch thing. It seemed like he had a style here. This was in, you know, a couple years ago, right? And then he moves up to these different styles he ebbs and flows through these different styles. And I think he's kind of fallen to this new style, which is this super clean. This is 9 weeks ago. So this is this like super, super like realistic, almost reminds me of like some Jeff Koons, you know, his actual paintings that he does of like pop culture. Really fire. Like, this is extremely fire. So you have the rubber ducky in the front here, fleuriste in the back. So it's like a flower shop, I guess. But then you have death, like at death's door. Don't know what it means entirely, but it's fire. Like, I'm not entirely sure what this means, but I love the framing. You see the frame around the actual artwork is really cool. That seems like it's painted as well too. Fire. Really, really cool stuff. So that is absolute fire. This was 34 weeks ago. So another similar one. Like, he didn't frame this one, it seems. It seems like it's painted on like maybe a door or something. Redwood Star Dreamkeeper, Where We Wander, water-based enamel and acrylic on 1969 Camaro hood. So this is a hood of a car. Like, this shit is fucking sick. Like, this is fire. Shout out to Ozzie. Ozzie's dope. You can follow him at Ozzie Juarez at OZZIEJUAREZ on Instagram. But yeah, this shit is fire. I'm not gonna lie. This is fire. really cool work. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, let's get back to this 99-cent store stuff. I wanna do a deep dive on Barry McGee a little bit. Let's look at some of his art. Yeah, there you go.
We should talk about graffiti for a little bit because that's really honest. And
Yeah.
should we? No, let's not. A friend.
Legend. Like, when you're talking about hand styles, so there's something in graffiti. Your hand style defines you. It's the base of everything. Your tag is the base of everything. If your tag is fire, like, I know that everything else is fire. You could fake the funk on a lot of things, but it's really hard to fake it on the tag. The tag is everything when it comes to graffiti. Speed is of the essence, you know. If you hesitate, it's just like art. It's just like paintings. When you hesitate the brush stroke or you hesitate certain things, it's going to really show in the painting. So that's the same thing with this tag. Let's just look at this one more time. There's so much beauty in this right here.
We should talk about graffiti for a little bit because that's really honest.
Like, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Just,
should we? No, let's not.
Just
a friend and I
zero
started
effort. Boom.
like writing on things
Twist.
in like 83 or
So 83, that's before I was born. That's crazy. Legend.
84. We just started.
So there's that guy Amaze too. So this is that dude Amaze, who did those big pieces on the side of the wall that were super sick. Like, I really love those ones. Like, he does these massive, like, top to bottom building, like, kind of bubble letters. Really cool.
He knew more about it than I did, and he was like, Barry, all these kids in New York, they're just like.
But I love, like, that's my favorite stuff. Like, when you could read it, when it's legible. Like, I'm not really the biggest fan of, but that's my personal taste, right? Like, I'm not the biggest fan of tags that, like, you can't really read. Like, I want to be able to read it. Like, when I'm driving fast on the highway, when I'm running by something, I want to be able to, like, see that right away. I'm like, oh, that's fire, you know?
Like, they're painting on subways. They're painting.
So these are some of his characters, if you could see right here.
They're painting on.
So right there, like these are some legendary characters that he does. Like,
subways. They're painting on everything, and I was like, really? He goes, yeah, we need tags tonight, and we need to go put them on stuff. I was like, let's go do it, and I came up with some stupid tags. Some of them I still have today. He had a stupid tag also that we just go right on mailbox.
A stupid tag. I love this guy's attitude. So sick.
Boxes and
like, look at this dude with the long sleeve, like almost like business attire, and then he has like the cycling backpack, like too much
we write
swag.
on everything. Actually, we just we tag on everything. It's an amazing network of people because the people you come to love, you know nothing about them, but you see them everywhere. So it's like this perfect. And then when you do meet them, it's a letdown. But like,
when you do meet them, it's a letdown. Like, that's my experience too with graffiti. But it is what it is. You know, never meet your heroes is what they say.
But the buildup of not knowing who a person is, that's putting imagery out there.
Smash the state. That's hard. I like that.
I'm still fascinated, even to this day, what drives someone to do it. But just like I like line. I like study the style of how someone writes something, or the speed in which they write something, or the quantity, the placement. Everything it was way more interesting to me than what was going on in the Art Institute or the museums or anything. It was way more invigorating, you know. Just like, let's. I mean, I went to school and everything. I did all that, but as soon as it got dark, I was just like, okay, let's make some real art right now.
You've said that graffiti is the highest art there is, which I think
there's no reference point for it, like in art history. Like, I mean, there is now, but like it's not. It's great.
So it's the highest form, in his opinion, it's the highest form of art.
The Bay Area is great for graffiti. It like has like.
I could agree with that.
It was good back then, and it's good now. It's just it's probably even better now, I feel like. I think the basic tag and tagging on private, private property is, I like to think of it as something that's just like really political and just like antagonizing. It's not
I mean, unbelievable hand style. It's insane.
really that antagonizing. You get rid of it, with a roller. It's not like, but I think the act in itself is antagonizing. It's communication, like on the simplest form. It's just communicating to other kids at a glance, I mean, you could look at something for half a second and the style, the risks they took, everything, It's all condensed into one 3.5 second movement. That's what I like about it. It doesn't have any of the gross trappings of.
So remember I was saying the screw? Like this,
The art
this was
world or
his
anything.
screw.
It's just like a kid's tag is a kid's tag. That's it.
I love
I like
this.
that aspect of it, that you have to get it done without getting caught.
Did you ever have close calls?
I've been caught so many times.
Really?
Yeah.
So what happened?
I was in New York one time when I think I was riding a board bush on Canal Street, and I had done like 3 or 4 on the roll-up gates, and on the 4th one, I think the Republican convention or something was in town too. Like taxi cab pulled up like right next to it, and just 4 cops just jumped out, or just like go into the system for 24 hours. You go to It's community service.
Go into the system for 24 hours, community service. See, right here, he's painting on an Audi. Like, that's pretty baller. I like this. This is so sick.
Huh.
This is more of his kind of I guess, minimalism work, you could say.
Yeah, that's part of it, though. There's still just as many people tagging, though, as ever. I like that. There's a lot of talk of how damaging graffiti is.
I mean, he's great with the brush. It's crazy.
There's destruction that happens with graffiti, but there's actually no damage. It all can be like painted over with a roller. There's like just commercial jingles like that are stuck in my head, and to me that's damage to me.
The public looks at graffiti and
Commercial jingles is more damaging than graffiti. I like that.
sees garbage and sees ugliness. And I always wonder why they don't look at the billboards, especially around San Francisco. There's millions everywhere. Isn't that garbage? That's like mind garbage.
Like brainwash.
The billboards are very subversive, and advertising is very subversive, whereas like most of the stuff that's done on the street is very close to the truth. It's like the highest art there is. I've done graffiti for a hell of a long time. There's never like a time where I was like, oh, I'm like 25 now, I'm gonna stop doing graffiti, or, it wasn't like a planned thing, like, oh, I do art, now I'm gonna surf, and now I'm gonna do graffiti. It's just everything I've always done.
My parents both encouraged me to do art, just because I couldn't really do anything else. We should talk about graffiti for a little bit, because that's really honest and.
Yeah.
Oh, super cool.
Yeah.
Should we? No, let's not.
I mean, what a legend. So 14 years ago, this one, maybe in conversation. I kind of want to watch this. Actually, let's watch this one.
Where are we now? Provide some context on Brothers Marshall in Malibu.
I have been very fortunate to know the brothers Marshall over many decades. I first met Tracy Marshall back in the 90s when he was interning at First Point Productions in Malibu under the watchful eyes of Takuji Masuda. I think Kiao Inagaki was in the mix then also. I was pleasantly surprised to find there were more Marshalls, which I have been very lucky to work with.
So he's just painting over his own paint. It's hilarious.
Derek Marshall has been gracefully managing this project. We have just as much fun on land as we do in
Like, was he unhappy with that one? I don't know.
the water, a powerful combination.
Have you always made prints? What part do they play in your practice?
I was first introduced to printmaking in community college with linoleum, block, and litho prints. A few years later, while biking around looking for work, I stumbled across an old letterpress shop on 3rd and Townsend Street in San Francisco. This amazing person named Norman Hicks
I mean, it's a little hard to see what he's doing in this video.
was my major at San Francisco.
Might jump over to another one.
I met Christian from Avante. While this piece was originally images with a strong graphic presence, or
Okay, I'm gonna go to another one. There's a Vice. Yeah, 14 years ago with Vice. So these are a bunch of the, like, this is the style that he had on display at the 99-cent store, which was pretty cool. So he's been doing it, like that's just to give you an example. If you're an artist and you're trying to do work, like this is from 15 years ago, and he's still doing this style. Like people think being consistent is like, oh, I'm gonna do it for a week. Like guys, it takes years and years and years to get recognized as an artist, you know. So just always remember that it takes way longer than you think to do these things.
Barry McGee is a San Francisco.
So Barry McGee is a San Francisco-based artist.
His drawings, paintings, and mixed media installations take their inspiration from contemporary urban culture, incorporating elements such as empty liquor bottles and spray paint cans, found wood and scrap metal.
There's a lot of found objects that he does his work with. It's really cool. Wow, like look how beautiful that is. It's amazing. It's crazy because it reminds me of like Gustav Klimt, like in a way. Like, it's funny that like that reminds me of, oh shit. Like that reminds me of that, like that shape almost in a sense, and like the pattern.
His work has been featured in a solo exhibitions at the Walker Arts Center in Minneapolis, the Prada Foundation in Milan, Brandeis University.
So Prada, so I guess he's done collaborations maybe with them. We could search that later.
Rose Art Museum and the Watari Museum of Contemporary Art in Tokyo. We sat down with him recently for this rare interview. In recent years, your work has become much more
conceptual. Okay.
For example,
I've been waiting for my encounter with abstraction for some time. So this is like his abstract work, I guess. This is his more like when he was painting early on, like these are more of the faces that he was doing. So this is his abstract work.
It was very slow for me.
I love it.
Was waiting for impact. So me alegré.
What is it about?
So that's that artist Amaze I was saying. So these are actually like fake people that they like sculptures of people that are spray painting the word Amaze. It's pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie.
What is it about San Francisco that interests you?
Well, per eso allí no si que San Francisco. Tere so mani differente con lo mio con tu pagai se achote.
Okay, I don't know if I like this style of interview, but it's cool. It's original, but it's like I can't sit down for 5 hours and watch something like this. This is dope. The footage is amazing, though.
Yes. By the tag name Twist.
I mean, it's like the sound. Like I almost have to like mute this. I'm gonna mute this for a second. So Twist, yeah, because it's like popping in my ears. It's not even really enjoyable to listen to. But so his trademark icon, a caricature male figure with sagging eyes and a bemused expression. That's his. I guess his signature character. Recalls the homeless people and transients who call the streets their home. Oh, so it's like all the homeless people. It communicates the artist's strong empathy with people who have been left behind. That's cool. I like that. But contemporary society. Wow. Really deep. Lots of depth. I like this piece, though, on him. This video on him is amazing, though, because I just don't like the audio, but the video is really good because it's really teaching me a lot, you know? So, let's see this. Does things in galleries. Your work to be much more about history, graffiti. So that little portion was really cool, you know. What is the difference for you in working at a gallery, in a museum, or on the street? One is boring, one isn't. I like that. I mean, a lot of the stuff I do with Unwrap and Steel, I feel the exact same way. You know, the street is just a lot more fun than doing it in a gallery. I'm not saying I'll never do galleries, but it's just a lot more fun. Art World. It is really great. The energy is really good. Lots of fresh, young upstarts moving. Also, we have met Aaron. So it's like, oh, I love that piece right there. Look at that. It's a robotic arm painting from a bush. I mean, this is 14 years ago. Like, think about how advanced this guy was. That's crazy. Destruction seems to be a common thread in your work. What was it about chaos that inspires you in your artwork? It takes a lot of work to destroy something. I mean, damn. I've worked the last 25 years building, day in and day out. They painted over everything I built. Even my oldest rooftop graffiti masterpiece from the late 80s is gone. Wow. That's wild. I guess he's talking about his graffiti right now. Destruction is all around us. They can't destroy me. I've only just begun. And that's fun. Cool. That was dope. I really like that. I guess when more information comes out about this, we could go a little deeper into it, but for right now, it seems like it's under a paywall. I'm gonna look at this girl's art real quick before. I think we're gonna wrap this up soon. Under the Same Sky. Let's look at that. I mean, I can't even, guys, that's why it's so important to brand yourself. Like, I'm trying to find this artist online. I can't even find, like, I can't even find her. Is this her? No, it's definitely not her. Zora, like they're not even, they don't even, that's so crazy. They don't even like link to her Instagram or anything on this article. God damn. College graduate. So like, does she not post on Instagram? What's it called? It's called Under the Same Sky. Oh, I might have found her. No. Oh. Nah. No offense, but I don't think this would have gotten into the 99-cent store. Good for her for trying, but that's not the vibe. Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. That was a dope-ass live stream. We're going to keep this going all the time. Whenever I have free time, I'm going to be doing paintings on live, everything. I'm going to show you guys my new character soon. I've been working on this character for years now. I finally got it honed in. I'm just dealing with a few little extra tweaks. Once that's really done, I'm going to start painting them on canvases, going crazy. So, mad love, guys. Let's get it popping. So we're going to stop.